If you needed to borrow $50,000 tomorrow, how would you do it? Would you put it on a credit card? Would you take out a personal loan, refinance your mortgage, maybe borrow against the equity in your house? All four options can put the same exact $50,000 in your pocket, but the amount you eventually repay can be vastly different. Put $50,000 on a credit card charging 24.99%, and the interest during the first month alone would be roughly $1,041. And you haven't even started paying for the project or item that you want yet. You're just paying for the debt service. Full disclosure, before we get any further, this video is sponsored by Aven. Aven offers a home equity line of credit that can be accessed through a Visa card. That sounds similar to a normal credit card, but the financing underneath it works very differently because your home equity secures the credit line. That can potentially give you a qualified homeowner access to a lower interest rate than an unsecured credit card or personal loan. It also means your house is involved, which is why this product deserves more than a 30-second sponsor read followed by a coupon code. I'm going to show you what Aven actually is, how the product works, what it may cost, where I think it makes sense, and where I would stay away completely. Because easier access to cheaper debt can save you a lot of money, but it can also make a very expensive decision feel harmless. Let's start with the money most homeowners have but can't easily spend. Okay, let's start with number one. A lot of homeowners are wealthier on paper than they feel in real life. Their house may be worth $500,000, they may owe $250,000 on the mortgage, and that leaves them with $250,000 in home equity. That number looks great on a net worth statement, don't get me wrong. But the problem is that you can't hand your contractor $20,000 of home equity when the roof starts leaking, okay? You need to make it liquid. So equity is the difference between your home's current value and the debt attached to it. But accessing that money usually requires another financial product. You could sell the house. Obviously, you don't want to do that. Although moving your entire family because you need a new kitchen seems slightly aggressive, right? That doesn't make any sense. So you could complete a cash out refinance, take out a home equity loan, or open a home equity line of credit, better known as a HELOC. A HELOC allows you to borrow against part of your available equity without selling the house underneath you and without replacing your original mortgage. That second point can be incredibly important for anyone who locked in a low mortgage rate several years ago. Imagine that you currently have a 3% mortgage and you need $50,000 for a large expense. A cash out refinance may require you to replace your entire mortgage balance with a new loan at today's interest rate. If you owe $300,000, you may be refinancing all $300,000 just to access an additional $50,000. That could turn a cheap mortgage into a very expensive one, especially over 30 years. So a separate HELOC leaves the original mortgage in place and creates a second line that you can draw from as needed. The product itself has been around for decades. I personally have a HELOC on my own home. I don't use it, but I have it available to me. The bigger frustration has always been the entire process. Traditional HELOC applications can involve income documents, property records, title work, closing paperwork, bank appointments, and sometimes an in-person appraisal. Aven's argument is that the product didn't need to be reinvented, the experience did. So let's get into number two of what Aven is actually doing. Okay, so Aven is two things stacked on top of each other. On top, a Visa card you can use for eligible purchases and manage online. Underneath, a home equity line of credit secured by your property. That distinction explains almost everything about the product. So when a credit card company gives you a normal unsecured card, the lender reviews your income, credit score, payment history, and existing debt. There isn't a specific asset backing the account. If you stop paying, the lender can pursue collections and damage your credit, but it doesn't have a direct claim against a particular house or vehicle. That creates more risk for the lender, and the interest rate normally reflects that risk. Remember, as investors, we are compensated by the amount of risk that we take on. That's your ROI. With a HELOC, your property serves as collateral for the credit line. The lender has much more protection, which can result in a lower rate for the borrower. You receive cheaper access to capital in exchange for putting a real asset behind the debt, aka your house. Aven then gives you a Visa card as the way to access that line of credit. So you can use the card for purchases where Visa is accepted, subject to the account terms. Eligible customers may also be able to transfer money into a bank account or move another balance onto the line. This is where you need to pay attention to the complete cost. Aven's disclosures indicate that cash out transfers and balance transfers may include a transaction fee. A lower interest rate can still become expensive when somebody ignores the fees attached to moving the money. For example, if you transferred $50,000 and the fee shown in your offer was 2.5%, that would cost basically $1,250 before you paid a single dollar of interest. That doesn't automatically make it a bad deal, especially if you're replacing debt charging 25%, but the fee belongs in the calculation. You need to compare the APR, the annual percentage rate, and the transaction fees, and the expected monthly payment, and also the amount of time that you think you're gonna carry the balance. So looking at the advertised rate by itself gives you an incomplete answer. Aven says homeowners can check potential offers using a soft credit inquiry, which does not affect their credit score. The application is completed online in most eligible states, and the company says some applicants may receive a decision within minutes. Your actual credit limit, the interest rate, and terms will depend on your application and approval. The convenience is real, but so is the debt. Remember that. Okay, so now we can look at the part that matters most, which is the math. I'm gonna use two hypothetical interest rates because the rate you personally will receive will depend on your income, credit history, home equity, property, loan amount, and the lender's underwriting. Let's assume you need to borrow $50,000. The first option is an unsecured credit card charging 24.99%. The second option is a secured home equity line charging 9.99%. To keep the comparison clean, we'll assume both balances are paid off over 5 years using equal monthly payments. At 24.99%, the monthly payment would be approximately $1,467. Over 5 years, you would repay around $88,000 in total. Roughly $38,000 would be interest. You borrowed $50,000, the lender received another $38,000, okay? So somebody's kitchen came out very nice. Now look at the secured option. At 9.99%, the monthly payment would fall into roughly $1,062. Total interest over 5 years would be around $13,700. The difference between the two examples is approximately $24,000. So that is a second car. It could be another renovation. It could be several years of Roth IRA contributions. All of it disappears because the borrower chose a more expensive financing tool. This is why the interest rate matters so much once the balance becomes larger. A few percentage points may not seem dramatic when you owe $800. They become very real when you owe $50,000 over several years. The secured rate is lower in this illustration because the borrower has pledged the house as collateral. That's why it's secured versus unsecured. That makes the debt less risky for the lender. It does not make the debt less serious for you, the consumer. You are receiving a lower borrowing cost in exchange for accepting a larger consequence if you fail to repay it. That trade may be reasonable for a homeowner with stable income, substantial equity, a clear plan. It becomes dangerous when someone focuses only on getting the lowest possible monthly payment. Almost any purchase can look affordable if you stretch the payments far enough. The total interest is still leaving your account. Before using Aven or any other HELOC, I would want to know the amount being borrowed, the current interest rate, every fee involved, the expected monthly payment, and the month when the balance should reach zero. Whenever I get around to it is definitely not a viable payoff schedule. Okay, so the strongest potential use for Aven, in my opinion, is replacing high interest debt with a lower cost line, what we call debt consolidation. Imagine someone has $30,000 spread across several credit cards and the average interest rate is 23%. They own a home, they have meaningful equity, they earn a stable income and qualify for a HELOC at a much lower rate. Moving that balance could save a substantial amount of interest and replace several payments with just one. The transaction only works if the old credit cards remain paid off. If you use home equity to clear 5 cards and then run the cards back up 6 months later, you now have a credit card debt, or you now have credit card debt and a HELOC secured by your house. Okay, so you're double whammied right there. You didn't solve anything, you added another layer. A necessary home repair could also be a reasonable use. Maybe the roof is leaking, the HVAC system fails, or a sewer line collapses. I don't know, I'm just making this up. Waiting several years while you save cash may cause more property damage and leave you with a much larger bill at the end of the day. A HELOC can give you access to the money without forcing you to refinance the first mortgage. A planned renovation requires more judgment. Some renovations improve the value of the property, while others mainly improve your enjoyment of the property. Both can be valid reasons to spend money, but they shouldn't be confused. A $40,000 kitchen doesn't justify, automatically add $40,000 to the value of your home, for example. So HGTV left that part off of the unaired footage, okay? I would get several quotes. Add a contingency for overruns. calculate the payment, and compare the borrowing costs with the option of paying cash or just waiting. Contractors are very good at explaining why the more expensive version will change your life. Your monthly statement will have a very different opinion. So Aven may also be useful as a backup line that sits unused until a real need arises. That's why I wrote emergency here. So with a revolving credit line, you generally pay the interest on the amount you actually borrow rather than the full approved limit, although the exact terms of your account, are different. So that gives a homeowner another source of liquidity during an emergency. I still wouldn't use it as a replacement for a cash emergency fund like I've been talking about in this channel for years, but a lender can change a credit line, reduce availability, or freeze access under certain conditions. Cash in your account is already yours, so keep that in mind. Business investments fall somewhere in the middle for me, okay? If you're borrowing at a known interest rate to pursue an uncertain return, that adds another layer of risk. The business opportunity might work, the loan payment arrives either way. So I invest in real estate and I'm comfortable using debt when the numbers make sense. I still want enough margin for the project to go wrong without putting the rest of my household in danger. Your house should never become the emergency exit for a bad investment, obviously. So I would stay away from Aven if the household income is unpredictable. Your home secures the balance and the payment doesn't pause because your business had a slow month, you lost a freelance client, or your commission check came in lower than expected or never came in at all. Take this household as an example. They bring home $7,500 per month after taxes, but their required expenses already total $6,900. That leaves $600 of breathing room. Now add a new HELOC payment of $750 and the budget is underwater before groceries increase, the car needs tires, or one of the kids ends up at urgent care, God forbid. So the lender may approve the application, but the household still can't afford it. The math doesn't work. I would also avoid using home equity for short-term wants. Vacations, furniture, weddings, luxury purchases, and vehicle upgrades can all feel important in the moment. Some of them feel much less important during the fourth year of payments. The same applies when there is no written payoff plan. A lower rate reduces the interest cost, but it doesn't create discipline. If you make minimum payments and keep adding new purchases, the balance can follow you around for years. I would also think carefully before converting unsecured debt into debt secured by the house. The interest rate may fall, which is good, but the consequences of failing to repay become more serious because the property is now connected to the obligation. The Federal Trade Commission warns that failing to repay a HELOC as agreed can put the borrower at risk of foreclosure. That should be obvious, but easy access to money has a way of making obvious things disappear in our minds. Aven's Visa card is one of the product's biggest conveniences. It may also create a behavioral risk. Using the line can feel exactly like making a normal card purchase at the register, but the debt behind that swipe is secured by your home. Again, the checkout experience is ordinary, the collateral is not. You live there. Okay, even though Aven is sponsoring this video, I wouldn't evaluate it on its own. I would compare it with at least 2 other HELOCs, ideally from a local bank and a credit union. Let's start with the interest rate. Find out whether it's variable or fixed, how the variable rate is calculated, how often it can change, and whether the lender offers any fixed rate repayment options for part of the balance. Your payment today may not be the same one as the one you have 3 years from now. Then look at the fees. Aven's disclosures indicate that certain cash out transfers and balance transfers may include a transaction fee. The amount shown in your specific offer is the number that matters. A traditional bank may not charge that transfer fee, but it could have closing costs, appraisal expenses, annual fees, or an early closure fee. The bank that I personally use has annual fees. Another credit union might waive most of those costs for existing members. Every lender presents the offer differently. You have to put all the numbers on the same page. Access to the money also matters. Aven's Visa card may be convenient if you're paying for building materials, for a contractor invoice, a series of renovation expenses. A traditional HELOC might require checks, bank transfers, or withdrawals from a separate account. The faster process has value too. Aven says homeowners can check potential offers with a soft credit inquiry and complete much of the process online. A traditional lender might require more documentation and take longer to close. I wouldn't pay thousands of dollars extra just to avoid an appointment with a banker. I wouldn't turn down a competitive offer because the paperwork was mildly annoying. The calculator wins, the math wins. So for each offer, I would enter the amount I plan to borrow, the initial annual percentage rate, APR, all upfront fees, any annual charges, and the expected payoff period. Then I would calculate the monthly payment and the total cost. I would also repeat the calculation using an interest rate that is 2 percentage points higher just to give yourself a buffer. HELOCs commonly have variable rates, so you need to know whether the payment still fits if rates rise. Aven may give you the best offer. Your credit union may beat it. You don't know until the complete numbers are sitting next to each other, ready for comparison. Okay, so my honest opinion is that Aven solves a real problem. Traditional HELOCs can be slow, inconvenient, and loaded with paperwork. Aven gives homeowners a more modern application process and a familiar way to access the line once it's open. I like that you can check a potential offer using a soft credit inquiry. I like that qualified homeowners may be able to access their equity without replacing a low rate or their original first mortgage. I also like that the product gives people another option before they put a major expense on a credit card, charging 20 or 25%. The Visa card is convenient, but I would use that convenience carefully. I wouldn't carry the card around as another source of everyday spending. I would decide exactly what the line is for, borrow only what the project requires, and create the payoff schedule before making the first purchase. I also don't love transaction fees, so I would calculate the exact cost before using a cash transfer or balance transfer. A lower APR doesn't automatically win when another lender charges fewer fees. The variable rate matters too. You need enough room in your budget to handle a higher payment if interest rates rise. So using the current payment as the maximum you can afford leaves you with no margin. The biggest point is still the collateral. Your home secures the line of credit. That makes Aven best suited to someone with a stable income, strong credit, meaningful home equity, and a specific reason for borrowing. It may be useful for consolidating expensive debt, handling a necessary repair, or financing a carefully planned renovation. I don't think it belongs in the hands of someone trying to support a lifestyle their income can't cover or afford, okay? So a lower interest rate can make debt less expensive. It cannot make the purchase affordable. In my own life, I like having several places where I can access capital without being forced to sell an investment or replace an attractive long-term loan. The value comes from having that option available and rarely needing to use it. That is how I would treat Aven. It can be a useful financing tool for the right homeowner and the right expense. Used correctly, it may save a substantial amount compared with a credit card or unsecured personal loan. Used casually, it turns your home equity into a spending account. I wouldn't do that. Check the offer, compare it with a bank and a credit union, read every fee, and calculate the payment using a higher interest rate. If Aven gives you the best complete deal and the borrowing purpose makes sense, then it deserves serious consideration. If you want to see what you may qualify for, I'll leave Aven linked below. Aven Financial Inc., NMLS number 2042345. Cards issued pursuant to a license from Visa USA Inc. by Coastal Community Bank, NMLS number 462289, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Subject to approval, terms apply. Visit aven.com for details.